Now you're probably wondering if I forgot the Promised Neverlands, but I haven't. I did review chapter 15 and I'm reviewing chapter 16 now. And great news, guys, the Promised Neverland is reaching its first volume release very soon. So I think it's waiting until this whole arc's finished before it can drop its first volume, but I think it's going to be doing a 10 chapter thing, and then the next volume will be another 10 chapters in one book. But yet again, this chapter was really, really great because we learned that there might be a secret room where Mama goes in to talk about the higher ups, the demons / aliens. Like I mentioned before, I always think that they're aliens and not demons, but they are taking it as demons as well. But other than that, they've discovered the room, and apparently, according to the amount of steps Emma took, there is a big room space that goes from one room to the next. But even though it's just a wall dividing them, there is a space between the two rooms. So Gilda and Dan, I think it's Gilda and Dan. Yeah, I think it's Dan or Don. Can't remember, but those two at the end of the chapter managed to take the key. Says, let's break in and find out exactly. So those two are doing their own thing because they're not satisfied. They really want to know what's entitled to those in that room and discover what's actually going on in that room and what they're going on. And they're going to be probably surprised at what's actually going on and what's actually big, shocking. Be finding out what actually happened within that room and the actual meanings of what's happening. Where it could cause them to be shipped off really, really early before Ray, Norman, and Emma get shipped off. Now, knowing that, Emma decided to go to the library, take Ray and Norman to the library, and they discovered that the author called Minerva said that he's been putting hidden messages within his books, but they don't know if he's still alive or still around or anything like that. But he's been putting these secret hidden messages within all his books, and she thinks that they can use him as an ally as well. So they are now planning their next step of action of what they're going to be doing after they pass through the wall. And they need to find out what's really beyond the wall. Is it a forest? Is it a desert? From Ray's perspective, is it a desert? Is it forests? Well, because they need to know so they can plan ahead of time during these last 8 days what type of perspectives they need to make, precautions and whatnot to make into this, so that they can continue going in and be ready for it. So continuing this, they know exactly what's going to be happening now, and they got all these steps to take to do it. Because while they were doing that, after they discussed about the secret room and how dangerous it could be infiltrating it and everything like that, we know that Don or / Dan, I think it was Don, and Gilda decided to go and take into their consideration to go in that room, even though getting told not to would be a very dangerous thing to do. Now, what's going to happen once they get into the key? Is that key really the key to that secret room? Are they going to be able to get into that room and then be able to find out what's actually going on? Because what's going to happen once they find out the truth of what's going on? They're going to be probably finding out the truth differently to how Emma and Norman found out via Connie, where she was killed pretty much and be taken away to be processed into meat for the demons to eat. But we don't exactly know what's actually happening, what's going to be happening to Gilda and Don if they actually found out exactly in what's going on with that room, because we know that it's a hidden room, so Isabella can contact HQ and contact them to the point where they can continue on and everything like that to report the news and everything. And Karum, I think, doesn't know about this room either, but obviously she might know of the room as well, but we don't know exactly to the full extent. Other than that, this was yet again a great chapter, very informative chapter, very great planning chapter, very great build-up. Yet again, fell flat a little bit because yet again I do get bored when it's still just build-up and nothing really is happening type of things, but something did happen and something did build up a little bit more at the end. It's now definitely with Gilda and Don finding that key and going into that secret room probably next chapter, while Emma and Ray are doing the other side of things, doing their self-planning to get all the kids and that out of the home and into beyond the walls and figure out what they're going to be doing once they reach that point, because there's a lot of things that's going to be happening near the end of this arc, because this arc's going to be in probably 20 chapters, 25 chapters, I don't know, but this arc's probably going to be that long. Probably not 20 chapters, probably going to be short, because the introduction arc was up to chapter 10, chapter 9, and then it went straight into the escaped arc, the orphanage arc, that is the current arc that is actually on now, the escape plan arc, and I'm really enjoying this arc. It's a great first arc, I think, and it gives me very great memories of some other great arcs at the beginning of the shonen manga as well. But this one seems to be up there on par with some others like Shokeki no Soma and others like that. So we've got 4 more chapters until we reach the big 20 chapters, and then we've got another 10 chapters till it reaches 30. So hopefully by chapter 30 we know that we've got a great story on our hands. And I'll be doing something special once we get to the 30th chapter. I'll be trying to get into a lot of get into more discussion videos when I can with this, and I want to try and do that as well. I want to try and fill in a lot of blanks a little bit more here and there, but this is a great way to introduce a lot of videos, a lot of manga readers into this series, because I want to do a full breakdown once chapter 30 hits. I want to do a full manga breakdown of discussing what's actually going on, and actually feel free into going into this story and what they're going to be looking out for. But other than that, I did enjoy this chapter again. I really have been loving the Promised Neverland. This has been the review for chapter 16. I've been your host, Kai from Kai's Otaku Corner, member of the 00 Club. And please like this video if you want to see more. And please hit the subscribe button if you want to keep up to date with all my Promised Neverland reviews. And check out my previous videos as well. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. See ya.